மெதுவாக 2 உள்ளங்கையும் மடக்கி கொண்டு வருவோம். ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி எதற்கு நம்மளுடைய முழு கவனம் நம்மளுடைய நடு மூலாதார சக்கரத்துக்கு கொண்டு வருவோம். மனதார கூறுவோம், ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, தாங்களே சாக்ஷாத் ஸ்ரீ கணேஷா எங்களுடைய மூலாதார சக்கரத்தில் அமர்ந்திருக்கிறீர்கள் தாயே. ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, எங்களுக்குள் ஸ்ரீ கணேச தத்துவத்தை தந்தருளுங்கள் தாயே. நாளை இதழ்கள் மீது இன்னைக்கு தியானத்தை செய்வோம். மூலாதார சக்கரத்தோட 4 இதழ்கள் மீது வைத்து இன்றைய தியானத்தை முதல் இதழ் மீது, கீழ் நோக்கி இருக்கிற இதழ் மீது நம்முடைய கவனத்தை வைப்போம். ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, தாங்களே சாக்ஷாத் ஸ்ரீ கணேசா. ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, தங்களால் எங்களுக்குள் இயற்கையோட ஒருங்கிணையை தந்தருளுங்கள் தாயே. எங்களுக்கு சமநிலையை தந்தருளுங்கள் தாயே. குழந்தை போல் தூய உள்ளத்தை தந்தருளுங்கள் தாயே. ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, பிரம்மானந்தத்தோட ஆனந்தத்தை எங்களுக்கு தந்தருளுங்கள் தாயே. தங்களருளால் நாங்கள் ஒரு தூய்மையான மனிதனாக மாறிவிட ஆசிர்வதிங்கள் தாயே. ஸ்ரீ கணேச மந்திரத்தை கூறுவோம். ஓம் त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री गणेशा साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः. கவனத்தை சஹஸ்ரார்த்துக்கு கொண்டு வருவோம். சஹஸ்ராரத்திலிருந்து வர சைத்தன்யத்தை நம்முடைய கவனம் மூலாதாரத்துக்கு கொண்டு வந்து அந்த சைத்தன்யத்தை நம்முடைய மூலாதாரத்தில் உணர்ந்து அந்த இதழ் இன்னும் அழகாக திறக்கிறது அனுபவிக்க முடியறதான் கவனிப்போம். 2 உள்ளங்கையும் சஹஸ்ராரத்தில் கண்டிப்பாக சைத்தன்யம் கூடி வரும். மெதுவாக நம்மளுடைய கவனம் நம்மளுடைய இடது பக்கமாக உள்ள இதழ் மீது வைப்போம். மனதார பிரார்த்திப்போம். ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, தாங்களே சாக்ஷாத் ஸ்ரீ கணேசா, தயவு செய்து எல்லா விதமான தீய சக்திகளையே வெல்ல தாங்கள் தான் அருள் புரிய வேண்டும் தாயே. எங்களுக்குள் உள்ள ஷடரூபி சத்ருக்களை முழுமையாக நீக்கிவிடுங்கள் தாயே. எங்கள் அக்கம் பக்கம் இருக்கிற எல்லா விதமான தீய சக்திகளையும் வெல்ல தாங்கள் தான் அருள் புரிய வேண்டும் தாயே. நல்ல கம்பீரமாக தன்னம்பிக்கையோட எங்களை வைத்திருங்கள் தாயே. எல்லா தீய சக்திகளையும் வென்று பணிவோடு வைத்திருங்கள் தாயே. ஸ்ரீ கணேச மந்திரத்தை கூறுவோம். ஓம் त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री गणेशा साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः. மெதுவாக கவனத்தை சஹஸ்ராரத்துக்கு கொண்டு வருவோம். சஹஸ்ராரத்திலிருந்து நம்முடைய மூலாதார சக்கரத்தோட இடது பக்கமான உள்ள இதழை பார்ப்போம். சைத்தன்யத்தை உள்வாங்கிப்போம். மெதுவாக நம்முடைய கவனம் நம்முடைய மூலாதார சக்கரத்தோட வலது பக்கமான இருக்கிற இதழ் மீது கவனத்தை வைப்போம். மனதார பிரார்த்திப்போம். ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, தாங்களே சாக்ஷாத் ஸ்ரீ கணேசா. தயவு செய்து ஸ்ரீ கணேசர் போல எங்களையும் தங்களிடம் முழுமையாக சரணடைய தாங்கள் தான் அருள் புரிய வேண்டும் தாயே. அதற்கு தேவையான ஸ்ரத்தா பக்தியை தாங்கள் தான் தந்தருள வேண்டும் தாயே. தெய்வீக சக்திக்கு எதிராக நாங்கள் மிகவும் பணிவாக இருக்க அருள் புரியுங்கள் தாயே. ஏனென்றால் நாங்கள் ஏதும் செய்வதில்லை, தாங்கள் தான் எல்லாவற்றையும் செய்கிறீர்கள். எங்களுடைய சர்வஸ்வமும் தாங்களே தாயே. மாதா பிதா குரு தெய்வம் பந்து சகா எல்லா ரூபங்களையும் தாங்களே தாயே. ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, ஸ்ரீ கணேசரோட சத் அசத் விவேக புத்தியை எங்களுக்கு தந்தருளுங்கள் தாயே. தெய்வீக ஞானத்தை தந்தருளுங்கள் தாயே. ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, எப்பொழுதும் எங்களை சாட்சி நிலையில் வைத்திருங்கள் தாயே. மெதுவாக கவனத்தை நம்முடைய சஹஸ்ராரத்துக்கு கொண்டு வருவோம். சஹஸ்ராரத்திலிருந்து நம்முடைய வலது பக்கம் உள்ள மூலாதார சக்கரத்தை பார்ப்போம். சஹஸ்ராரத்திலிருந்து பாயிர சைத்தன்யத்தை நம்முடைய மூலாதார சக்கரத்தில் வாங்கிப்போம். இதுவா நம்மளுடைய கவனம் நம்முடைய மூலாதார சக்கரத்தோட மேல் நோக்கி இருக்கிற இதழ் மீது வைப்போம். மனதார பிரார்த்திப்போம். ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, தாங்களே சாக்ஷாத் ஸ்ரீ கணேசா, தங்களுடைய பாதுகாப்பில் இருப்பதனால் நாங்கள் பயமின்றி இருக்கிறோம் தாயே. எங்களுக்குள் கூட்டு உணர்வை மேம்படுத்துங்கள் தாயே. தர்ம வழியில் எப்பொழுதும் இருக்க அருள் புரியுங்கள் தாயே. எங்களுடைய சரீரத்தில் ஒவ்வொரு செல்களிலும் தாங்களுடைய அன்பு சைத்தன்யத்தால் நிரப்பி விடுங்கள் தாயே. எங்களை முழுமையாக ஸ்ரீ கணேசர் போல ஆக்கிவிடுங்கள் தாயே. ஸ்ரீ கணேசாவோட மங்களத்தை தந்தருளுங்கள் தாயே. ஸ்ரீ கணேசா சாக்ஷாத் மந்திரத்தை கூறுவோம். ஓம் त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री गणेशा साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः. மெதுவாக நம்மளுடைய கவனம் நம்மளுடைய சஹஸ்ராரத்துக்கு கொண்டு வருவோம். சஹஸ்ராரத்திலிருந்து நம்முடைய மூலாதார சக்கரத்தோட 4வது இதழை கவனிப்போம். சைத்தன்யத்தை உள்வாங்கிப்போம். இப்போ நம்மளுடைய கவனம் நம்முடைய மூலாதார சக்கரத்தோட நடுவு பகுதிக்கு கொண்டு வருவோம். அங்க அமர்ந்த ஸ்ரீ கணேசாவை மனமாற வணங்கி பிரார்த்திப்போம். ஸ்ரீ கணேசா, தயவு செய்து எங்களை ஆனந்தத்தை அனுபவிக்க அருள் புரியுங்கள். ஸ்ரீ கணேசா, தங்களுடைய துணையால் குண்டலினி மாதா சஹஸ்ராரத்தை அடைந்து பரமாத்மாவோட ஒன்றிணையை அடைய அருள் புரியுங்கள். ஸ்ரீ கணேசா, ஸ்ரீ கணேசாவோட ஆசீர்வாதத்தால், ஸ்ரீ கணேசாவோட துணையால் மெதுவாக நம்முடைய கவனம் நம்முடைய மூலாதாரத்துக்கு கொண்டு வருவோம். அங்கே அமர்ந்த ஸ்ரீ குண்டலினி மாதாவை மனமாற வணங்குவோம். ஸ்ரீ குண்டலினி கௌரி மாதா மந்திரத்தை கூறுவோம். ஓம் त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कुंडलिनी गौरी माता साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः. மெதுவாக ஒவ்வொரு சக்கரங்களையும் கடந்து நம்முடைய கவனத்தை சஹஸ்ராரத்தில் நிலைநிறுத்துவோம். நன்றாகவே சைத்தன்யத்தை நம்மளாலே உணர முடியாது. ஸ்ரீ கணேஷாவோட அருளால் சஹஸ்ராரத்தில் நிலைநிறுத்தி மனதார பிரார்த்திப்போம். ஸ்ரீ கணேஷா, தாங்களே சாக்ஷாத் ஸ்ரீ விக்னஹர்த்தாவாக எங்களுக்குள் உள்ள எல்லா விதமான தடைகளையும் நீக்கி குண்டலினி மாதாவை சஹஸ்ராரத்தை அடைய செய்தீர்கள் கணேஷா. எங்களுடைய வணக்கத்தை ஏற்றுக்கொள்ளுங்கள் ஸ்ரீ கணேஷா. தாங்களே புத்தி பிரதாயகா, லம்போதரா, பாலச்சந்திரா, விநாயகா, எப்பொழுதும் தங்களுடைய ஆசீர்வாதம் எங்களுக்கு இருக்க தகுதியை தந்தருளுங்கள் ஸ்ரீ கணேஷா. மனதார கூறுவோம். ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, தயவு செய்து எங்களுடைய சஹஸ்ர கமலத்தை முழுமையாக திறந்து தங்களுடைய அன்பு சக்தியை உணர அருள் புரியுங்கள் தாயே. நிர்விச்சாரித்தாவை தந்தருளுங்கள் தாயே. கவனத்தை சஹஸ்ராரத்தில் வைத்து சில நிமிடம் தியானத்தில் இருப்போம். இதே நிலையில் ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜியோட சொற்பொழிவை கேட்டு உள்வாங்கிப்போம். ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜியோட ஸ்பீச் போடுறதுக்குள்ள நம்ம கணேச பஞ்சரத்னத்தை கூறலாம். उदाकरात्मोदकं सदा विमुक्तिसाधकं कलाधरावदंसकं विलासिलोकरक्षकम् अनायकैकनायकं विनाशिते पदैत्यकं नतासुभाषुनाशकं नमामि तं विनायकम् नदीतरातिभीकरं नवोदितार्कभास्वरं नमः सुरारिनिर्जरं नदातिकापदुर्जरम् सुरेश्वरं निधीश्वरं गजेश्वरं गणेश्वरं महेश्वरं समाश्रये परात्परं निरन्तरं समस्तलोकशङ्करं निरस्तदैत्यकुञ्जरं दरेतरोदरं वरं वरेभवक्त्रमक्षरं कृपाकरं क्षमाकरं मुदाकरं यशस्करं मनस्करं नमस्कृतां नमस्करोमि भास्वरम् अकिञ्चनार्तिमार्जनं सिरञ्जनोक्तिभाजनं पुरारि पूर्वनन्दनं सुरारिगर्वसर्वनं प्रपञ्चनाशभीषणं धनञ्जयादिभूषणं कपोलदानवारणं भजे पुराणवारणम् निदान्तकान्तदन्तकान्तमन्तकान्तकात्मजम् अचिन्त्यरूपमन्दहीनमन्दराय कृन्दनम् हृदन्तरे निरन्तरं वसन्तमेव योगिनां तमेव दन्तमेव तं विचिन्तयामि सन्ततम् महागणेश पञ्चरत्नमातरेण योन्वहम् प्रजल्पति प्रभादते हृदि स्मरं गणेश्वरम् अरोगतामदोषतां सुसाहितीं सुपुत्रतां समाहितायुरष्टभूतिमव्युपैति सुचिरा साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः. தியானத்தில் இருப்போம்.
Puja has to start at the time when it has to start. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting. Then I realized that today is a very good time according to the calendar, but it is not in the morning. So it had to be the third day of the moon. And as the moon is changing its phases in the daytime, we had to wait till it started. I think all these things have happened, of the theft and everything has happened, perhaps to delay the puja up to the point where it should start. So in Sahajaya we all go beyond time. And we don't have to worry about the timing. Only when it's a formal function or something, because the people are formal, they don't understand our styles. So we have to be present there at right time. Otherwise, we should just allow the time to take its own course and we should move in our own way. Now for our travel and this tour, we have to realize that we are here to achieve a certain amount of height in our detachment. We have to rise into the realm of our state. While the circumstances around us, they are surrounding us, and they should not make us unhappy or biased, or we should not react to them. On the contrary, we should try to rise above that. If there are no events of mishaps, then you cannot see the surmounting quality of the divine. If the surmounting quality of the divine has to be seen, we have to see the obstructions. For example, if there is the flow of the water going on and it is smoothly moving, there's no happening, as we call the ghatana. There is no happening. But if there is a stone, then the water splashes against it, creates a beauty and surpasses it. This is the sign of divine surmounting all the difficulties that are supposed to be there. Now we are proceeding to Pune, and where we'll be having a proper session also for marriages and all that. We'll have to take a firm decision. I must speak about it today, that the steadiness of the mind is very important for the marriages. If you have certain concepts, and if you are whimsical, it's better you don't get married. Because that's not found in Indian character. Once they decide for marriage, they are married forever. But if the mind is still wavering, going up and down, it's a trick of the mind that wants to play tricks with others and enjoys it. It's a sign of ego. Absolutely a sign of ego. And then you start playing games. You enjoy it. Yes, no, yes, no. You go on enjoying those games. And later on you play into it so much that your marriages can never be happy or successful. That means you are not yet matured for marriage. For marriage you have to be matured. But one of the reasons for this I find in the West is that you have had no training at all. Parents have never told you how to behave towards your husband, towards your wife, how to make a marriage successful, that it's a very important event, and that we should try to establish ourselves in the marriage system. Instead of that, we use it as a nice trick playing ground. We miss the point. Who is the loser? If you go on playing tricks like this and playing with your ego, whatever you may do, whatever type of marriages you'll have, you can never be happy. Now in the West, as you know, I lead another life also. And every person I've met, every person, whatever country they may come, nobody seems to be happy in their marriage. It's very surprising. It seems every wife finds something wrong with the husband finds something wrong with the wife. And they have funny, miserable faces. They don't look like married people, but as if like criminals. Or something has really gone wrong with them. There's no smile on their face. They look horrid because they have missed the point. Marriage is to be enjoyed, is for your enjoyment. Supposing one gives you amrut as they call it, and then you start playing trick with it. Who is the loser? So must know that we have to achieve that maturity and enjoy that love. Basically, if something is very wrong, or if there's no possibility of a proper marriage, in Sahaj Yoga we have arrangement to give it up. You can change your wife, change your husband, no problem. But there must be some reason behind it. Just for fun's sake, if you want to spoil your life, I'll try my level best to tell you that don't spoil your life and of the other person. But people enjoy sometimes spoiling somebody's lives when it comes to the ego part. They themselves cannot enjoy dog in the manger policy. Dog in the manger cannot eat the grass, but barks at any bull that comes to eat it. It's like this. Neither they will enjoy, nor they will allow others to enjoy. And when such stupid couples are there, I have such a headache all the time, reconciling them, talking to them, asking them. I mean, it becomes a marriage bureau for me. Sometimes I reach such a conclusion, no more marriages in Sahaja Yoga. I had enough of it. Actually, what have I to gain out of it? This is nobody who tries to understand. What I am trying is to make you happy, to get you good husbands and good wives. That you should have good relationships, you should have great people on this earth to be born, that we should have a society which is beyond all these nonsensical societies, which is so great that we can create a homogeneous family among ourselves of purity and of holiness. Instead of that, for petty nonsensical things, if there's a fight going on, one gets really fed up. Of course, one has to try. But if you are bent upon cutting your noses, how can I go on clipping them back? It's an eternal problem. If you marry, say, 75 people, you have the enjoyment of it. Now, if it's a ocean of Indian Ocean, say for example, but then you get the Pacific Ocean back on your head with all the cries and weeping and shouting and screaming and all sorts of nonsense that's going on. So, I again say that now we are going to Pune, where all the marriages are going to be confirmed. If you go on like this, there's no end to it. Also, those people who come for marriages and deny twice, third time I don't ask them, because it's a joke going on there. You do not know how many nights I have spent selecting people. As it is, you are from 25, 30 countries. Yesterday you saw that. You have different conditionings, different styles, different everything. Heights different, ages different, faces different, aptitudes different. So combine all these things, so very difficult. Sometimes I think if you are overeducated, then better to give you a simple woman so that your little pressure is reduced. You can share with her. But if you have equally educated people, then both the heads may be so I have to think of many things and of vibrations. But somehow or other you can defy, and you try to defy it. All right, doesn't matter. But who is the loser is the point. Today I had to speak to you about this, because in Sahaj we have to take the way it comes as it comes. Whatever comes in our way, we should take it. We should not sort of say, I've fallen in love. There's nobody falls in love. It rises in love in Sahaj. That is some funny idea, that one must fall in love. Because, you see, that means you must do something sinful or something absurd. So many people have told me, Mother, I'm not fallen in love with her. How can you fall in love? You fall into some ditch, or you may fall into some river or something like that. I didn't understand, how do you fall in love? It's a solid stuff. So this absurd idea of falling in love has to be given up. If it means that you have felt the love, or if it means that you have the sensitivity of feeling the love, or something I can understand, little explanatory. But this falling in love business has been going on and on and on. Now, I would request you that in Sahaja Yoga we cancel this terminology. So, problems of marriages should not arise in Sahaja Yoga. You got chance for 1 month to decide for yourself and to find out for yourself. Little bit adjustments and understanding can create such a beautiful world for you. It's just waiting there. But suddenly you decide on some spot, suddenly you're all right, I find. At the spur of the moment, I find, suddenly, no. I say, what's this? The horse was going all right. Suddenly what has happened? It has turned round. One can understand a horse, but I can't understand human beings. So this whimsical behavior suddenly can be very injurious to the growth of Sahajya. Whenever I go to England, there's a list of people from all over the country. This marriage has gone rotten, that has gone rotten, that has gone rotten. While I'm boasting to everyone that Sahajya marriages never fail. I know it's not true. But whatever I say is a mantra, ultimately it becomes the truth. So time will come when no marriages will fail. But you have to join hands with me and cooperate and should understand how much I've worked hard to bring about these events. And marriages should not make you happy or unhappy, because to marry is not the ultimate in life. But it happens after marriage, people get lost. They don't come to Sahajya. After that, we are enjoying our honeymoon for the last 3 years. Oh, wonderful Sahajogis who are leaders suddenly get lost. That also maybe a fall in love, maybe, I don't know. But this kind of nonsense, even if it is 1 or 2, it's such a headache. And I really don't know how to solve these problems, because I think there's no problem at all. Only thing, you have decided not to enjoy anything. Supposing you don't want to enjoy the food, you can put some quinine on your tongue and then say, I don't like the food. Something like that. It's absurd. So try to help me in this. Otherwise, I'll give up this marriage business. I tell you. Because it doesn't give me any joy or pleasure. Even one person feels like that, I just don't understand. And for no rhyme and reason, you should not say no. First of all, you must look at yourself in the mirror. What are you? What is your education? What is your intellect? What do you expect from another person? How much money you have got? How much money the other person has got? Whatever you want to see, you can see for yourself. To begin with. Then compare. But the greatest thing, you have to think about how many vibrations you have. How much Sahajya the other one knows. You are marrying for your ascent. If the other person has vibrations much more than yours, then you should not unnecessarily boast of nonsensical, gross things. The person is much subtler. Make use of that. Whether it's a woman or a man, I don't say. But I just say that see for yourself, where are you? Especially for beginners who are beginning to take to Sahajya. It's better to marry some matured Sahajogi so that they can ascend very well, much faster. And also, if the other party is not so good, maybe, we have to work. We have to save that person. After all, they are not yet matured, but they are Sahajogis. They want to do, so try to work it out in that way. I think you will understand the seriousness. This is the most important work that ever happened on this earth so far. Your marriages are very important, and you have seen the photographs where the gods themselves have blessed you. Because of my consent, because of my selection, they all were present in your marriage, and how they were giving you tributes and how they were putting flowers on the brides. You have seen the photographs. If you have not seen, I'll show you. But if you are not a seeker, And if you are not seeking your higher ascent, then you go into nonsensical things and nonsensical ideas. So better be careful not to do such a thing. Don't think too much of yourself. Another note of caution, that you see the way Indians pamper their son-in-laws. So don't get mad. Also, they pamper their daughter-in-laws very much. It's done in India to create better relationships, because we don't have the balloon of ego so much here. But here, as soon as somebody pays attention to you, you go off. So better be careful. It's a custom here to look after the son-in-law, to look after the daughter-in-law. It's a custom. Now it is ingrained from ages. It doesn't mean that you are God or you are in some superlative condition. But it's just that is how they pamper. They look after the daughter-in-law or the son-in-law, normally. And you should not carry away ideas, which I must tell you, because it doesn't happen in the West. I've seen they don't care. Once that they are married, they are finished. It's not so. So please be careful when you are marrying Indians. You'll find the parents will quite pamper you, look after you. They'll call you to their house, do this, give you money, give you ornaments, all kinds of things they'll do. But still, one has to understand that it's just a custom and should not get pampered. On the contrary, should feel blissful about it. But when it is done, I've seen suddenly they go off. And they think no end of themselves. Their value system goes off. It's because so far we have had no education, no training about marriages. I'm sorry I have to say this in the presence of many Indians. But Indians also, you see, expect you to understand their customs sometimes too much. For example, yesterday the garlands were given. At the time when the garlands were given, you are not supposed to garland your son. But some of you took the garland, put it in your. It's regarded as absolutely unmannerly. But it is so. So when we are in India, we have to understand Indians. But when we are in the West, we have to understand the Western people. For example, in the West, you must go on saying thank you, thank you, thank you, sorry, 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 sorry. It is so confusing sometimes. But you have to go on shaking hands with so many people. I mean, I sometimes shake hands with 900 people at a time. And while they are going back again, 900 people. But I think Namaste is a better idea. See, to shake hands with every sort of a person you catch from everyone. But it's a custom. It's a custom. So we have to understand this is a custom, and which is not to be resented. It's not such a bad custom. There's nothing wrong in it. And maybe there is no logic. For example, garlanding yourself, there's little logic. You don't garland yourself, somebody else has to garland. And the ladies don't take garland on their, you see, because any man cannot garland the lady because it's the only husband has the right. See, so anyone won't garland. Or a son can garland the mother. But any man cannot garland any lady who is of a younger age or who is not yet married. And even if married, she has to be an old woman like me. Then it's all right. So these are customs very much ingrained, and it's based on logic that you cannot garland yourself and walk on the street. Even if the leaders here are garlanded, immediately they take out their garland, except for the gods. I mean, I can carry with my garland, but I also take it out. So these are few customs which must be understood, and there's nothing wrong in it, there's logic. Whatever is illogical, we can give up. Whatever is logical, we have to take it and understand it. So I'm just telling you that yesterday they all started laughing. Children also started laughing because they thought they are garlanding themselves. It's like doing arti to yourself, you know. Amounts to that. So you can understand why they were laughing. They didn't mean to hurt you in any way, but this is the system. Now, coming to Sahajya, Yesterday was, left Vishuddhi was too much. Perhaps maybe in the morning I said you were all very late for the formal program. I don't know. Whatever I say has to be just listened to, that's all. Only thing is, next time we should not be late in any formal program. But it seems such a left Vishuddhi was there that I got a lump here. And I just knew what it was. So mother says to you things which should not hurt you in any way, and you should not take it that seriously, but should understand that next time we should not do so. Otherwise, you are all wonderful people, you are beautiful people. I love you, I adore you. Not only that, but I am very proud of you. I am extremely proud of you. But I have to tell you something sometimes. But if I tell you even wee bit, then if you get that upset, I don't know what should I do. So, not to take things that seriously. There's nothing so much wrong. In general, I have to tell you things which you should understand is for our good, for our enjoyment. Everything to increase your enjoyment. Even your ascent in Sahaj Yoga is to increase your enjoyment. Your sensitivity to joy, to increase it more and more. All this is done. आता आपल्या सहयोगांना सांगायचं म्हणजे असं आहे की ह्या मंडळींपासून आपल्यालाही पुष्कळसं शिकायचं आहे. मी आता यांना सांगितलं की गळ्यात हार स्वतःच्या घालू नका. तर म्हणणं असं की इकडे सगळे बुद्धिजीवी आहेत, बायका तर बुद्धिजीवी नाहीत. बायकांच्या थ्रू काम करा, ते बरं काम होतं. हळदी कुंकवाला बोलवायचं, हळदी कुंकू द्यायचं, त्या बायकांना सांगायचं असं असं आहे, आम्हाला हा फायदा झाला, हा चमत्कार झाला. चमत्काराचे फोटो दाखवा की त्या बायका आपल्या पुरुषांना ठीक करणार. बायकांच्या थ्रू गांधीजींनी कामं करवली. गांधीजींनी सांगितलं मला हरिजन उद्धार करायचा आहे, तुमच्या बांगड्या उतरून द्या. सगळ्यांनी आपल्या बांगड्या सरळ सरळ त्यांना दिल्या. मी तसं काय म्हणत नाही, तसं काय नाही. पण हळदी कुंकवाला बायकांना बोलवायचं, सगळ्यांनी मिळून हळदी कुंकवाला या आणि तिथे करायचं, त्याला काय लागतं. आज आपल्या सहयोगापेक्षा ह्याच गोष्टी मी केल्या, कारण ह्या गोष्टी फार महत्त्वाच्या आहेत आणि ज्या सूक्ष्म गोष्टी आहेत त्या तर नेहमी सांगत असते. टुडे आय हॅव टॉक टू यू अबाउट लिटल ग्रोस थिंग्स विच सीम ऑल्सो इम्पॉर्टंट. ऑफकोर्स आय एम ऑलवेज टॉकिंग अबाउट सटलर थिंग अँड सटलेस्ट, but gross things are also to be looked after. That's very important. We are integrated people, so we cannot allow the subtle to fly in the air. It has to stay in the gross, and the light has to come through the gross. May God bless you.
கண்களை மூடிக்கொண்டு சில நிமிடம் தியானத்தில் இருப்போம். சைத்தன்யத்தை உள்வாங்கிப்போம். ஜெய் ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி. மெதுவாக கண்களை திறந்து 2 கைகளும் கூப்பி ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜிக்கு நன்றியை கூறுவோம். ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, இன்றைய தியானம் அளித்ததற்கு நன்றி தாயே. ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, நாங்கள் இந்த தியானத்தில் ஏதாவது தவறு செய்திருந்தால் தயவு செய்து எங்களை மன்னியுங்கள் தாயே. ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜிக்கு நமஸ்காரம் பண்ணி குண்டலினி உயர்த்தி பந்தன் போட்டுக்கொள்வோம்.